Impunity for me, prosecution for thee. Multiple developments today underscoring just how divorced the Trump Justice Department is from justice and facts and reality as it pursues retribution for anyone Donald Trump believes has ever wronged him or sought to hold him accountable, and seeks to protect anyone seen as a political ally to Donald Trump, even if they are violent and may represent a threat to public safety. 2 federal prosecutors have been put on leave after they filed a sentencing memo seeking 27 months of prison time for Taylor Taranto. He is a pardoned January 6 insurrectionist who brought illegal guns to President Barack Obama's home back in 2023. Those are the words, those are the facts. He was then found guilty, based on those words and those facts, in a bench trial back in May. But if the facts are inconvenient for Donald Trump and his Justice Department, and a punishable offense for those who dare to work off the facts in some other cases, in other cases, the facts may actually be the beginning of the end and lead to Trump's undoing.
Sounds like an absolute idiot.
Yeah, exactly it. Like, he's so used to being to the puffery, he thinks they're all MAGA idiots. Solved 8 or 9 wars, and they're all sitting there like, you crazy old idiot. I mean, and we were saying, they gave him like here's a little crown. It's like he's at Chuck E. Cheese or something. They know all they have to do is flatter him and give him gifts. Oh, God, it's endlessly embarrassing. Anyway,
I mean, he does look like he's made of Velveeta. So if we're going to talk about Chuck E. Cheese, probably actually Velveeta cheese.
So we were talking to John about Mamdani in New York and how unbelievably racist, Cuomo's ending his
disgusting.
campaign.
Eric Adams too, by the way. He's also making all kinds of comments about Islam and all. It's horrible.
Yeah, I loved Mandy Patinkin and his wife. I will do whatever they say. They are adorable. But they
the
are
dream team.
Famously Jewish, and saying that they're very enthusiastic about Mamdani. So 2 House Republicans have pushed the Justice Department to probe Mamdani's path to citizenship and possibly boot him out of the U.S. That's how scared they are of this guy. U.S. Representative Randy Fine of Florida demanded the feds review every naturalization of the past 30 years, starting with Mamdani. Representative Andy Ogles, Republican of Tennessee, has pushed for a DOJ probe of Mamdani, which, of course, they'll probably do. He issued a call to deport Mamdani, branded him an anti-Semitic socialist communist who will destroy the great city of New York. I don't even know where to find, by the way, you will recall previously has called for nuking Gaza and starving its children. So that's that guy.
Right. You also want to tell me that Andy gives a crap about New York? All of a sudden you care about New York? You don't care about New York. When's the last time you stepped in New York City? When's the last time most of these people actually spent some time in the city, walked to Fifth Avenue, went to Union Square, they don't know this city. The city is incredible. And you know what? 30% of the city is not going to move if Mamdani gets elected. What's going to happen is more of the city is going to be able to afford to live here and take the buses and make sure the transportation is available to them. It's just, the racism is disgusting in this race. It is disgusting.
We were joking about Cuomo saying he'll move to Florida if Mamdani wins, and I'm like,
he
didn't even run on getting rid of sex pests in New York, but there's another reason to vote for him.
That's right. That's where they send them. Before it was Jews going to Boca Raton, and now it's pedophiles heading to Mar-a-Lago.
Oh man. Yeah, this is the thing with the nukes. You're like, wow, he's literally going nuclear to avoid the Epstein files.
Myself. I don't know if Cuomo's a pedophile, but I know he's been inappropriate with women of age.
That's okay. That's what
I just don't want us to get in trouble.
Sorry. I know I leaped to the Epstein files, not because I just was talking about what he's distracting from, but I feel like he's going to the next level, because this can't go on forever. He's going to have to swear in Grijalva.
Absolutely.
This shutdown is going to have to end, despite the fact that they literally are willing to starve children. We had Seth Moulton on this. Representative Moulton of Massachusetts yesterday.
He's auditioning to be the weakest speaker in American history. And actually, maybe it's not an audition anymore. He's affirmatively the weakest speaker in American history. He's completely throwing out the Constitution. He might as well not be in Congress because Congress, he's just sent on vacation.
Yeah. And Chuck Schumer on SNAP.
And let's be clear about this. They've been on a crusade. The Republicans have been on a crusade against SNAP all year. They slashed it by $200 billion this summer to pay for their tax cuts for billionaires. So they've never wanted SNAP, and they don't want it now. But as again, they're using these 40 million innocent people as pawns. It's a disgrace.
Dana, do you think that's resonating? I hope so. That
I
this
hope
is
so, too.
voluntary. They don't have to cut off SNAP. There is emergency funds. I mean,
There's a contingency fund. They also apparently took that statement off of the government website so that people couldn't see it. They are using food as a bargaining chip. They're starving people. They are starving people. The cruelty is the point. The cruelty from this administration, I think it's what breaks my heart the most.
Yeah.
And no one is stopping them on the Republican side.
You know, we were saying, was Malcolm Nance yesterday said, you know, he feels like Newsom is becoming the leader of the Democratic Party, at least for now. You know, I do like that he's kind of sounding the alarm. He said he shares profound concern about the possibility of Trump trying to cling to power beyond his second term. He said, I don't think Trump takes himself seriously, but he iterates, he throws things out and he plays with it. He sees how people react. It manifests, meaning once a mind is stretched, it never goes back to its original forms. And that's my concern. I'm deeply concerned about it. Guys like Bannon, they're not screwing around. I mean, I know people say, like, Bannon's just trying to own the libs, don't overreact, you know, and I get it that I do think it's very unlikely constitutionally. Number two, I think he would lose in a landslide if, God forbid. And number three, I don't think he's going to live that long, quite honestly. And I'm not a doctor, but yeah.
From your mouth to whoever's up there's ears, I agree with you. But I know they're talking about Newsom, and I don't mean to just. I don't want people to come at me. I struggle with him throwing the trans community under the bus over and over. You can talk yourself out of a paper bag. You can avoid these conversations if you want to. If you can't fully support, there are politicians out there who know you don't have to throw the trans community under the bus. Andy Bashir does it time and time again.
I just was going to say, I saw that you put a comment on my Andy Bashir photo on Instagram.
I love Andy. I heard him speak several times. He has learned how to speak to middle America in a way that not many people have, and he has not thrown the trans community under the bus to win in a red state time and time again.
In a red state, Trump won by 20 points. He talked about that, Dana, this Saturday when I was with him. He and Brian Tyler Cohen, he talked about how he handled the trans issue and you know, just in terms of messaging about talking to people and not at them. I think he's a super impressive guy, you know.
I just don't think Newsom needs to come to the center as far as he's trying to go right now. You've got Republican politicians in upstate New York that are saying, knock it off. We need to stop attacking the trans community. This is not an issue. Everyone in this country should be protected and should be able to live freely. You've got Republicans saying that, so there's no reason a Democrat needs to be doing and falling into these traps of these talking points. Get it together.
Yeah, and I think the main thing we keep hearing in every whatever you want to call them autopsies is just we want Democrats to fight, and I think at least Newsom is fighting. That's what it's the Democrats.
Agree.
The thing is that they're weak. They're going to fight. This is why I think Republicans don't know what to do because the Democrats aren't folding like they usually do on this shutdown, right? I mean, I think that's...
And people like Bashir, they're not really that out in public. Like he's not that guy. He's not the guy that's going to go hard on social media like the incredible comms team that Newsom has. So I agree with you. He is fighting. He's sending messages and biting messages, and people are responding to it. And it's getting under their skin. And if that's the result of all this, and he doesn't end up becoming the nominee, then I am very happy with it.
Yeah.
And if he is the nominee, I will support him.
Yeah. No, exactly. I feel the same way. It's like I'm glad. I hope Kamala does get in. Let's have the big messy primary you asked for, but then then vote blue no matter who. Let's not make these same mistakes again and again. Hakeem Jeffries, real quick on the shutdown.
We want to reopen the government and do it immediately. And Donald Trump needs to instruct his employees here in the Capitol, that would be Mike Johnson and John Thune. They work for Donald Trump. They don't work for the American people. In fact, Donald Trump is the one who recently said, I'm the president and the Speaker of the House. This is extraordinary stuff. Like Donald Trump is openly mocking Republican leaders.
That doesn't even make Johnson a power bottom, does it? It just makes him... What does that make Mike Johnson? He just takes it. Okay.
Maybe a pillow princess? I'm not sure.
Okay. I was talking about Trump falling asleep literally on his feet. Did you see that, like in Brokeback Mountain over in Japan? He fell asleep. I just picture Mike Johnson hugging him from behind.
I mean, Mike Johnson is smarmy. That's how I describe him. He's just gross. This fake Christianity and the chastity marriages with his daughter, whatever the heck that was, and his son monitoring his porn usage. Like, there's something deeply wrong going on with him, and there's weirdness. There is weirdness with that man. I don't trust him as far as I can throw him.
Yeah, he lies almost with an ease that Trump doesn't. Like, he lies just. Hakeem Jeffries, one more.
He jetted off to Asia. Found time in Asia to meet with a wide variety of folks pretending to fix problems related to the tariffs that he has created. And he'll be back in the next day or so. He needs to sit down with Democrats. Like, for 29 days, understand, Donald Trump has spent more time talking to Hamas and the Chinese Communist Party than he has in talking to Democrats on Capitol Hill.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to be this person, but Hakeem Jeffries, he's not going to do it. So what are you going to do about it? Like, what's the contingency plan here?
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to sit down and talk to he's not going to do that. So what do we do instead?
Yeah. Well,
that's what I want to hear. I want to know what the plan is, because you're not going to be able. That's like, the Republicans are going to do the right thing. They've stopped doing the right thing a long time ago.
I can tell you the next thing that's going to trigger Trump is Fox News' new poll has him at 36%.
Fantastic.
I mean, they are not winning this politically. So, I saved the story because I thought of you, because in addition to everything going wrong, including the FAA, and didn't LAX just, that happens all the time, right? Where it just shuts down entirely.
I can't.
Because you fly a lot to comedy.
It all scares the crap out of me.
I know.
Yep.
Yeah, they're like, FAA, they're not getting paid. The air traffic controllers, what could possibly go wrong? But this story just made me laugh, because this would be me, and this happened to me. A United Airlines flight forced to turn around over a laptop. Somebody lost their laptop on the flight. This happened to me. Just because, lithium batteries. So a United Airlines flight was forced to turn back after a passenger lost their laptop in the cabin. The laptop was turned on. It fell behind a cabin wall panel and through a small gap leading into the cargo hold.
Oh, my God.
Oops. So with lithium batteries posing a risk of causing a fire if damaged, starting to overheat or being defective, the crew, so they had to literally turn around an hour into the flight and go. Mine was just my iPad, but I think I got up too soon to go to the bathroom. The plane was probably still, and so it slid down the hole. So I had to go down the whole plane going, excuse me.
Oh, my God. I chased a cherry tomato down the aisle the other day. It fell off my tray, and I was like, oh, my God, someone's going to step on it. And then every time I went to grab it, the plane would shift and would roll farther down the aisle.
Oh my God! I finally did get it, but it just slid down the entire plane. It just But I'm just picturing the people on that plane going, "We have to turn around because of what?"
Yep.
Right. You're like the guy with the laptop. All right. So there you go. This is the lighter side of air traffic, air traffic disasters and nuclear winter and stuff. Good morning.
Great.
Good morning. Good.
I wanted to talk to you both, Yahweh and Yesh, because I wrote a book. And it's about you guys, but it's really about some of your fans, the mean ones, the racist ones, the homophobe ones, the ones who don't like women. You guys come off really well in the book. Jesus, you come off really good in this book.
I've heard that when people talk about the Bible, they tell me that God, you come off really well.
Said no one ever.
Jesus comes off really well. Yeah, no, God, you're very impressive, God. I don't want to say the wrong thing, but you there's some moments, Almighty, where you're kind of the alcoholic stepgod. You know what I'm saying? But Jesus, he's chill throughout. Like he's proof of evolution.
But John, people have been twisting my message, right? And that's what this book is about.
It really is, Jesus. I mean, I've gone through this book of yours many times. You never said anything against the gays. You never said anything against women having to be forced to be pregnant. I mean, you're not against abortion. You're against the death penalty, Jesus. I know that. You're like your dad in that you tell us to welcome the stranger.
Yeah. I mean, the right people are twisting my message left and right, and we can't take it anymore. So we're so excited to have this book, a really rock-solid resource to show people what the Bible actually says. And that's why we love you, John. You're spreading our true good word.
Simon & Schuster's Avid Reader Press presents Separation of Church and Hate, the bold, hilarious new book from John Fugelsang, available September 9th and on sale now at your local independent bookstore or your favorite non-evil website.